what are the days and what are the times when the campaigns perform best, and of course what are the times and days when they perform worse. Hi and welcome to Digital Brunch. Today we are going to talk about how you should perform a Facebook ads audit. It's very simple when you only have a few campaigns, but what do you do, for example, when you have an account with, let's say, 100 campaigns and each campaign has various ad sets and you have various creatives for each ad set? Where should you start, and what are the steps, the logical steps of a Facebook ads audit? I will give you my recipe, and of course I'm very open to your suggestions. What I do first is check the tracking. I check with Metapixel Helper if the Metapixel is installed and also if the meta events are working correctly. And I spend a lot of time on this because if the tracking is not right, just like you know, it's really complicated to get any machine learning in your Facebook ads, and therefore they can't perform correctly. The next logical step for me is to understand the structure and the strategy of the account, and I can't emphasize this enough. Never go into details before understanding the structure. So I would either discuss with the specialist or agency that has set, or with the client who is hiring you to do the audit in order to understand this, or I would export the campaigns and results and I would get into details only to understand as well as possible what the specialist wanted. What I understand through strategy and structure, so you need to understand the funnel. What are the campaigns that are for brand awareness and reach? What are the campaigns whose purpose is to direct new traffic to the website? And what are the conversion campaigns? Once I understand the structure, that's the moment when I get into details. And I think it's very important to do an audit of the warnings on the account. It's important to see if you have creative limited or learning limited warnings, and to go about correcting them. Then I would see the targeting of the campaigns. Is the targeting right? Is the account using Advantage Plus targeting? And if so, has the AI done its job? I would look into the view charts report in order to see if this Advantage Plus got me to the right target audience. Later on, if I'm not using Advantage Plus targeting, I would still go into details and see whether I have both campaigns for new audience and remarketing campaigns. I would look into more details if the buyer persona profile targeting is okay, and I would also check if the conversion campaigns have a broad enough targeting that ensures their learning, and if the traffic campaigns and reach campaigns have a narrow enough targeting, because this is the rule. The more specific the goal, the broader the targeting, and the other way around, of course. Then I would use a lot the view charts reports for each campaign and the breakdown by, in order to go into more details and see if I can optimize the scheduling of the campaigns. What are the days and what are the times when the campaigns perform best? And of course, what are the times and days when they perform worse? Because I could exclude, for example, certain scheduling times from the targeting of the campaign. Then I would look into the placements targeting. The same, I would see the main KPIs like CTR, conversion rate by placement, and see whether there are some expensive placements that don't deliver results, which should be maybe excluded, or whether there are some placements that perform very well, and maybe they should be actually separated in a separate campaign. I would then check, of course, my creatives and see if the primary texts, headlines, images, videos are on point. I would check if I have A/B tests and what the results of those A/B tests are for the creatives and see what conclusions I could draw. I would then look into more details like the cost per result, whether it is a traffic campaign and then I'm looking at the CPC, or whether it's a conversion campaign and then I'm looking at the cost of customer acquisition. So I would look at this, and also the KPIs where I have a benchmark, like let's say CTR, the click-through rate. We have benchmarks, for example, on the WordStream blog. They update us constantly with the CTR benchmark for various industries. And from there, I could see whether my CTRs are okay, or maybe I should try another creative. Coming back to this, I would look into the budgets, because if a campaign has good results, then maybe I should put more budget into that campaign, and if the results are not good, then maybe I should come up with a list of optimizations for that campaign, or maybe I should pause that campaign or change it completely. Last but not least, I would look into the correlations with the frequency of the campaign. So I would look if the frequency has impacted the results. Maybe I have a high enough frequency and I should pause the campaign, or maybe a campaign has very low frequency. And this is something that I think people forget to look at, but this is also very important in terms of results. And I forgot about mentioning how important it is not only to track the campaigns, but also check if the UTMs are also tracked for each campaign, in order to see the campaigns also in Google Analytics. As you all know, attribution is king in what we are doing in Facebook advertising, and you can't really only optimize your campaigns from the results you see in the Facebook Ads Manager. It's also important to look at the results in the Google Analytics in the GA4 interface. So happy auditing, and I'm really open to hearing if you are also analyzing maybe other metrics or other elements in your Facebook ads audits. If you are into digital advertising, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and subscribe to the Digital Brunch channel.